What do we have in front of us today for a review? Well, today I have a portable sprayer. Now, this ain't like for pressure washing, but this is a great thing for like if you're out in the boonies playing around, or if you're somewhere where you don't have a chance to spray any water, or like if you're using it for hunting or fishing, or anything you need the water. Basically it comes with a pump, everything you see here, including the fuse and extra gaskets, but this is everything it comes with. Comes with a cigarette adapter, plugs in there, goes to the pump. It has the little on-off switch right there. This one's new compared to the one I did have. The only reason is because somebody decided that they needed it more than I did, and 5-finger discounted it off the back of my truck. So anyways, that's alright. You can get these for about 25 to 30 bucks off of Amazon and eBay. It's about a 21-foot hose with an adjustable spray nozzle on there. You know, you got your little thing. It's plastic. It's kind of tinny, you know, it's cheap plastic, but it does serve the purpose. So basically what you do, you never submerge this. You always put this in your 5-gallon bucket or whatever that's going to be pumping the water, but don't ever put this in the water. Okay? It's not, it might look it, but it's just water resistant, because most of your bare wires, you know, all you need is a little water to get in there and poof, you're toast. So anyways, what it does, comes with a little cover. Now, a lot of people forget about this cover, and they go ahead and they'll take the adapter and they'll be like, well, I got no pressure. Well, it's real easy. This is the outflow. So basically you just take this little piece, pop it outside, take the adapter, put it on there, take your quick disconnect hose, put it there, and presto, once you got your 12-volt source, you've got water that you can use to hose down things. You'll see what the pressure looks like in the video. The thing is on most of these I say 160 PSI. No. I would venture to say probably about, maybe at the best, 50 is pushing it. About 30 PSI, 40 PSI is about average. I mean on my other one. This one I have yet to test, so we'll be able to see exactly what the water pressure really looks like. But these are great for like if you're camping and you need to hose something off instead of grabbing something and having to dunk it in the lake, pond, river, whatever. Or if you're out fishing and you need to clean off the guts off the fish, or if you're out there skinning your deer and you're on the back of the truck and you want to hose off any dirt instead of letting it sit there, or anything really. Water, because I don't put fuel in it. It wouldn't be smart. It's not like you make your homemade blowtorch. But anyways, it works really good. The reason why I have this is a few years back we were out riding 4-wheelers in a place, and I got on the road, and then they had a hosing area where you could hose stuff off, but the problem is the place is always packed, and 9 times out of 10 during the winter when I go, the pipes are frozen. So I turned around and was like, you know what, fine, piss on it. I'm going to go ahead and just drive on down the road. I'll get home. It's going to take me 2 hours to get home. I'm not really worried about it, and I didn't have any big clumps. Well, what happened was about halfway home, I get pulled over by a North Carolina state trooper. He informs me that there was dirt clods falling off the back of my trailer. So I went back and he showed me, he says, this is a no-no and I can write you up a ticket. He says, but he says, if I was you, right up the road is a place, that you can wash your stuff off. And he says, I would get the big clumps off. And I thought, well, you know what, that is a great idea, thank you. And I could have got a nasty little ticket, but it was a nice little Saturday and he was pretty nice to let me go with just a warning. So anyways, every time I went out riding from then on, I always carried a 5-gallon bucket in my truck, and what I would do is go to the pond that was near it, fill it up, grab this, hose it. If I needed more water, I just go back, go get it some more. But the thing is like if you're using this on 4-wheelers or little equipment like that, definitely keep it running. And the reason why is it will drain the battery after a short amount of time, like anything else. Cars I've never really had a use for, but I know if you guys are out hunting and fishing, you'd probably want to do somewhat the same thing. Just keep it at a low idle enough to keep the battery charged. On this thing it says, no, it's 4.8 amps, it's 12 volts, it's 100 watts, 7.5 liters a minute, and 11. That's all I can help you with. I have not brushed up on my no, I can't help you there. But what I can tell you is on the other one I had, I could drain a 5-gallon bucket in just shy of about continuous flow, I would say probably roughly about 4 minutes. So it would be a gallon per minute, maybe a gallon and a half per minute. It just all depended on how much and how, if I was doing on and off, on and off. The thing is also, if you got this up there plugged in, do not run this with no water being siphoned in there, because like a typical pump, it uses the water to keep the motor cool or the gear housing cool, and if you go ahead and run it, after a while it's going to heat, and the next thing you know, you're going to have voids starting to show up in plastic. You'll see water coming out or what have you, and the next thing you know, your pump's trashed, you're out. And then you got this great little hose attachment that doesn't really connect to anything. You got a 12-volt battery connection that don't hook to anything, and you're stuck without a little motor. Now, I have seen where some of the motors are out there that people have. You can get different motors and connect it up and go bigger power. Great idea. But for me, I need to replace the whole thing, so if this motor decides to go poof, I'll just upgrade the next pump motor. It's basically the same thing as like your pond, like your fountains and stuff like that. It's, I think, pretty similar. It comes with rubber mounts, so like if you wanted to go ahead and, let's say, bolt it up to your 5-gallon bucket and then just take the line and drape it inside, you could do that. Or you can hard mount it to whatever you wanted to. Personally, with me, I just leave it right on the ground, leave the bucket in there, or put this in the bucket and let it go. But we'll see what the little after action video is. For taking care of it, just make sure that you drain the water out of it, put it in a nice little spot. The one thing I do is I do take the same stuff I use in my pressure washer for preservative, so that the pump and everything's okay. What I do is I'll take like this, and I'll take a little syringe and shoot it right in here, and then just go ahead and put this back on there. And at least what that does is keep all the crap off there and doesn't let the pump have a shot at getting corroded on the inside, or the impeller getting nasty and stuff like that. But that's basically it. The cool thing is it comes with a couple extra packings, and those are primarily for this, and I think one up inside here, so if it chance of dry rotting, and plus it's got a good little inline fuse that goes inside here if it decides to short out. So anyways, if you got any questions, feel free to leave the comments below, and in the next part we'll be giving it a shot. So hang in there, have a great one, we'll be right back.